Good evening. It's an issue that's been hitting consumers' wallets for months. Soaring food prices showing no sign of letting up. You see it in nearly every aisle of the grocery store. And new tonight, we're learning there's another factor on the table, the cost of credit card charges to the consumer. CTV's Natalie Van Roy is live with us with more on this tonight. Natalie.
Well, Jeremy, this update comes as Canada's grocery CEOs have been summoned to testify before Parliament. Now, independent grocers speaking out on how many consumers use their credit cards to pay for food, a cost that is charged back to the store and is contributing to the increase in food prices.
I just have a bunch of meat and some fruit.
A costly trip to the grocery store.
About $80 worth of stuff in this small bag.
A charge that went straight to a credit card.
I typically pay using Visa, mainly for the cash back.
Independent grocers say more shoppers than ever are paying for their food using credit. An expense that's charged back to the stores as they pay fees to the banks and the credit card companies.
It's like another rent, basically, and it's a huge expense, and it's one of those expenses that it's impossible for us to control.
Pat Nicastro says that cost is one of the reasons your grocery bill is increasing.
It is a factor, the credit card, but I mean a small factor, but it's a huge expense, and I think something has to be done about these credit card fees.
In October, businesses in Canada got the green light to pass credit card fees on to customers after a multi-million-dollar class action settlement involving Visa and MasterCard.
We have recommended to the government that the fees that the retailer has to pay to the banks and the credit card companies, they should be significantly reduced. They're up around 10 billion, that's billion with a B, in Canada.
La Bottega Nicastro says they won't do it. And it's not always an ideal option for grocers who compete with the big companies. Grocery store CEOs are being summoned before Parliament to testify about food prices on March 8th. Meanwhile, Canada's biggest grocer, Loblaw, says food costs could continue to increase this year as they have more than 1,000 supplier requests for significant cost increases. Jeremy.
All right, CTV's Natalie Van Roy reporting live for us tonight. Thanks, Natalie.